All right, we are live. It's Tim Rogers with Dodgers 2080. I'm trying some new things. We're going to talk about the game that's coming up with 20 minutes or so. Pretty much that. So obviously, it's a big game. It's the game of the year again. It's another do or die for the Dodgers. We know that they've dealt with this all postseason. They just dealt with it just a couple days ago, and so they responded quite well. And so, surprising to me was that they did turn to Walker Buehler. Not that I don't have a lot of faith in that guy; I have a ton of it, but it's usually on normal rest. He's been kind of beat down a bit. His last start wasn't very good. Um, he did already start short rest in the Giants series, in which he did went 4 plus and did fine. Um, and I guess that's the hope again tonight is that he goes at least 4. 6 would be better. And then close it out with our big guns in the bullpen, specifically Trinan and Jansen with a Vesia or Brusdar, Gratterall sprinkled in there. We do not have Joe Kelly. Like they say, another one bites the dust. Again, another bummer. Joe Kelly has become, obviously a fan favorite of a lot of ours, and so along with JT or Justin Turner, Max Muncy, Clayton Kershaw, and the list. So they're all gone. There is some good news. There was some concern yesterday about Justin Brule. He's been really good as a relief, coming in relief and getting left-handers out. He is very, very necessary. I'm glad he's able to stick around. They did add David Price to replace Joe Kelly. Dave has all sorts of experience, but yeah, Joe Kelly had really fulfilled a great role in coming in and really taking care of business. He would come in like 5th inning. He did that with Scherzer. I think he did that with Buehler. He just comes in and dominates. So I hope to see who replaces him in that role. We have Phil Bickford, who's been just outstanding. So hopefully those guys are all rested. It is going to be, possibly a bullpen game. I was expecting a bullpen game today with Buehler going tomorrow if they could somehow prevail. But it is what it is. The Dodgers keep finding ways to get through it. I think that a lot of us disagree with what's been going on with some of the starters. I know I had originally written an article for Dodgers Nation, talking about Julio being in relief for the wild card game. That may have been okay then, but now where we're at with the guys just piling up time in between starts and things like that, we're already seeing it. Scherzer, we've already lost him for today because of probably that overuse with the Giants. I mean, if Julio would have went 5 instead of 4, I mean, I know going back on history, but it is, that's what goes on. We don't know everything, obviously, that goes on. And I hate to go to that because I like to voice my opinion. I like to hear other people's opinions about what happens when the game before pregame or during the game. I don't like to go, oh, you don't know what's going on. It doesn't matter. We all have opinions, and it's really cool to share them. And I have no problem with that myself, and I like to do it myself. It's kind of fun. They call us couch managers and all that type of stuff. And yeah, go ahead, whatever. It's the way some of us enjoy the game. In fact, a lot of us enjoy the game is by digging in and playing the thinking man's game or the thinking person's game, whatever you want to call it. Baseball is a thinking player's game. And so that's part of how I'm a fan, and that's part of how a lot of you are fans. And we don't have all the information. Maybe we'd maybe agree with a little bit more with what we see with Doc. But all in all, Doc does a really good job. Of course, once I write an article about what a genius he is, or how well that they've managed things. Things kind of go to pot in against the Braves, where they went with Julio in relief, and that just uh, that just caused an avalanche of issues. So hopefully they can somehow win it tonight. But let's be honest, they're not going to win it unless they score runs. We've got a lineup. I'm going to pull it up really quick here. The lineup, of course, starts out with Marcus Lynn Betts. My son and I like to call him Mucus, because of it just kind of fits. But yeah, you can look at the lineup here. Oops. Now I'm getting all sorts of junk. We got Betts batting first, and then I think it was Seager going second, Turner third. They're going against Ian Anderson. Let's see here. Sorry about this. I'm being bad here. So then it goes Smith, catcher, then Taylor, Bellinger, Pollock, Beatty, and then Bueller. And so it is against a right-hander. Let's remember that the Braves have a really good left-handed side of the bullpen. So I think once Anderson's out, we see Tio Albert come in, and hopefully he can keep doing what he does. He's comes up and he keeps getting hits. And so maybe he pops one out today. I know that I was listening to the Blue Heaven guys a little bit earlier, just within the last hour, and Brooke Smith was talking about how wonderful it'll be to see Albert hit a home run in the playoffs. And to me, that's been one of the highlights of the season, is having him on the team. I never thought that I was going to dig it that much. When he was a free agent, the Angels released him. I thought, that's nothing. Dodgers won't. They don't need him. They got Muncy, and they got all these other guys. And then they signed him, and I swear, me and my younger son made sure we hit that first game when he played against the Diamondbacks. We came right up for that game to watch him hit, and to watch him play, and to see a man of that stature. And I actually, I think he's been a huge part of the team. I think when the Dodgers went through the whole turmoil of the redacted one, that having someone like Albert there, and also guys like Justin Turner, Clayton Kershaw, makes a difference. And so when the redacted one is started his problems and dominated some of the news, it seems the Dodgers kept rolling. And so I attribute that to the leadership on the team, including the manager, of course. I think Dave Roberts is a phenomenal leader. If you've ever met him, there's something about the guy. He is a leader. So let's hope Albert can do something. I don't know where he's going to be next year. I don't worry about those things yet. We'll talk about that hopefully after the World Series is over with the Dodgers prevailing. So Albert will get in the lineup. Beatty's really he struggled. I'm not even sure he's gotten a hit in the playoffs. Maybe he has, but it wouldn't be much. So maybe he turns it on a little bit, and we see what he can do. Because I know that he's kind of born to hit. But I think that with him, they're hot and cold with him on the bench, and I think he's much better in the lineup, but he hasn't done what he needs to do in the lineup yet. So tonight, hopefully, is a big night for Matt Beatty. Trey Turner needs to keep doing what he's been doing, which is he started to hit the ball to the opposite side. When you see Mookie keep he's had a really good playoff. I know he was a little bit silent the other game. And it's really been refreshing to see AJ Pollock. I was pretty hard on him on the Twitter, as Clint would say, the Twitter machine or whatever, the internet machine. And by the way, I'm at SD Dodger. And so pretty hard on him, saying I want regular season Pollock instead of postseason Pollock. He's been pretty bad for the Dodgers in the postseason, but he really stepped it up. The terrible game where we lost way too much to two, in which I was there. Oof. Um, Pollock was the only guy that got RBIs, and so it's good to see that. And then, of course, he had a couple home runs the next game. So if he can continue what he's doing, especially when those left-handed relievers come in, and just pound them, um, we should be fine. The Dodgers are gonna win if the offense does what we know they can do. I think our bullpen, it's going to be kind of a modified bullpen game somehow, unless Walker somehow finds some extra strength. And you never know, he might, because that guy is, no matter what happens tonight, he is a big game pitcher, and he's a primetime guy. It's just he's in circumstances that are not even close to optimal for him. But the offense has to do what they're supposed to do. They're capable. I hate to say it, but they're paid well enough to do this, except a few, Will Smith. But these guys they're top of the top. They're all-star caliber players. They've almost all of them been all-stars except Will, which was kind of dumb that he wasn't. So the Dodgers can get this tonight. They just have to hit the ball and hit the ball a lot. I think someone who said on the Blue Heaven podcast a score of 9-6. That sounds about right. With the Dodgers prevailing, it's going to be a high-scoring game, I believe. Of course, it'll end up being 2-1 Dodgers, but it's going to be quite a game. It is win or go home. I don't think their intent is to go home quite yet. So hopefully they have a nice flight on Monday back to Los Angeles to start the World Series. Yeah. Just another note, little not personal, but just a guy that I really like is Edwin Uceta. Was designated for assignment by the Dodgers. He's a guy that I got to know a little bit, covering the Quakes. He's a really good kid, and I guess it's just not working out. But you never know. Maybe he does come back somehow. But I wish him the best. And I know he's pitching in the winter leagues right now. And there's other guys I know that have already been that are deep in the minor league system that have been released already. It just hasn't, all those haven't come out yet, but they already have notified players, at least from my understanding of guys that have been released. So you'll see those things, and we'll report on them on our website at Dodgers2080.com. One question I have: what do you do for your pregame meal before a big game like this? So if you can drop it in the comments, that'd be cool. And then we'll see what everyone does. I know that me and my son went to In-N-Out Burger because that's what you do, or that's what I do for big games. Usually I like to go to In-N-Out after a win, double, spread only, because I'm a child, and then a Neapolitan or a chocolate milkshake. So that's my post game also. So maybe I'll go hopefully get to celebrate tonight. All right. So hopefully maybe I'll talk to you guys after the game. All right. Have a good one, and we will see you. All right. Bye.